Good afternoon. So this is different, but here we are. It is good to see everyone, and I do mean here, now, and in person. Really, it is just a delight to be able to do this today and to be able to be with everyone here now and in person. It's been a year since we've been able to learn and work together. And in this year of uncertainty and disruption, you all have persevered, you have endured, and you have adapted. And I mean that, everyone. I said in the video this year that we put on the web yesterday, but I want to tell you again and tell you here and now and in person that all of us at the Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College are inspired by so much of what we have seen. We have seen grace, we have seen grit, we have seen empathy and generosity and selflessness. And through it all, we have continued to serve learners and think about your role in the future of learning, even as you fought your own battles, cared for your own families, and as we zigzagged our way through all kinds of unforeseen challenges. So congratulations on earning your doctoral degrees. In addition to everything we learned while earning this degree, I also hope you can adopt and adapt the following practices as you continue to build your career and inhabit your life and grow fully into your own character. First, to be able to identify and acknowledge your own fundamental values and what's important to you, but also not just yours, but also the values of other individuals you interact with in your communities, in your workplaces, and wherever life takes you. Always remember that context matters, that no one size fits all in any solution in education, and no silver bullet, or is there a master rubric? Every learning environment is populated with individuals, and every individual has unique life experiences. Engage with multiple and diverse perspectives. It's important. It's important to listen to the voices of those who you serve. Don't make assumptions and don't jump to solutions. Listen first, and this is the surest route to true equity and inclusiveness. Develop habits of an informed thinker. The world is changing quickly and education systems cannot stand still. And by all means, champion change. If there's anything you learned at ASU, the #1 university in innovation 6 years in a row, it's to champion change. Catalyze it, demand it. Make sure you are guided by evidence and data, and that you are open to flexible thinking and emerging insights, including those from untraditional or unexpected quarters. Keep your head and your heart together. Don't fall into the false dichotomy between compassion and critical thinking. Neither truly exists without the other. There it is. Identify your values, respect context, engage diverse perspectives, be an informed thinker, and keep your head and heart together. Not much to ask. But there is one more. And the one more is about purpose. It's about really, really understanding your North Star, to know where that is and how that guides your belief that education should answer the imperatives that as a college we also see as for the reason we do our work. We do it as an equity imperative. We need to deliver excellence in education to all learners, regardless of any human characteristics that might lead to unfairness of discrimination and learning opportunity. We do it because it's also an economic imperative. We need to prepare learners for the next economy and equip them for success in the workforce of the future. And we need to prepare learners to be caring, responsible citizens. We have a democratic imperative. And those citizens need to be capable of balancing individual ambition and the public good. So I hope you recognize your North Star in one of or all of these imperatives. Every educator I have ever talked to is an educator because they wanted to make a positive difference in the lives of individuals, communities, and society as a whole. So I ask you, go out there, make a difference. And please remember the importance of present tense, of your presence, of your here, your now, your person. Congratulations to our graduates. I'd now like to present our doctoral student of the year, Dawn Demps, who's going to come up and share some words of her own.
Hello, everyone. Okay, that's loud. Thank you for having me here today. I want to thank everyone on live stream. Hi to my kids. Thank my family and thank my committee and everyone who has poured into me to bring me to this moment. When I was asked to speak for 6 minutes, I was struck by the oddity of the time. Not only that it was 6, right? Like it's not 5 or 10, but it seemed like such a short span of time because as PhD students and doctoral students, we learn to expand things into 150 pages, right? That I could have said in 1 paragraph, but that's called dissertation. I thought about the 6 minutes and talked to a mentor friend of mine, Clarence Jennings from Flint, Michigan. And I said, I have 6 minutes to talk. I don't know what I'm doing 6 minutes. And he said, Dawn, for all you know, you could change a mind, you can inspire a life, you can motivate the people in the audience. And my mother is in surgery today, an 8-hour surgery, she'll be fine. But her surgery today, on top of Clarence's words, made me really think about the 6 minutes. And I kind of was like flippant about it, like 6 minutes, whatever, you know, I can do that, that's easy. But I started evaluating like the 6 minutes throughout my life that people have intervened, right? So the 6 minutes that when I was in high school and was a very good student, that the counselor and the principal called me into the office and said that they would put me out of the high school and I'd have to go to alternative ed because of my attendance, regardless of my grades. Those same 6 minutes could have been used to say, why are you missing so much school? How can we help you? I thought about the 6 minutes that it took me to email the professors that were here in the Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College and in the School of Social Transformation. And I think about the professors who did not respond. And I think about the professors who took 6 minutes to respond. And it led to me being here today. I think about the 6 minutes with the students that I used to work with when I was in Flint, Michigan, and just checked in with them to say, how are you doing? I don't want you walking home at 11 o'clock at night. Stay with me, get in my car. I will take you 6 minutes down the street so I can make sure you make it home safely, as opposed to just looking at my watch saying, I need to get back home. You need to get out. I think about the 6 minutes that public servants intervene with individuals to decompress high pressure situations, and how that can be flipped on its head and become the same 6 minutes that a country watches on television to watch a man lose his life on the sidewalk, where 6 minutes less on his neck could have been him here today. I also think about the 6 minutes that it took for people to post Black Lives Matter to create a hashtag that runs rampant across the country and creates a revolution because a young boy decided he wanted to run to the corner store real quick and get some Skittles and some tea. Those are all the things I think about. And it made me reevaluate how flippant I was about the 6 minutes. I don't think that the people in this group, in this room, need inspiration or motivation. We have gotten our PhDs during dual pandemics, understand that. We have gotten IRBs accepted. We have went out, collected our data. We have sat and spent hours analyzing and writing and writing and rewriting and doubting and re-theorizing, and then putting everything that we had put together in front of a panel of people who we respect, who are academics in their field, who are trailblazers, and convincing them that what we have found is worth their time and that we have something to lend to the field. So that 6 minutes is not insignificant at all. We all have choices. So I'm not here to motivate. I'm not even here to inspire. I'm just here to remind that 6 minutes matter. We have lost lives over this year. I know I have. We have seen people say goodbye to loved ones and iPads because they couldn't do it in person. So to me, 6 minutes matters a lot. And we make decisions every day about what it is we're going to do. Are we going to be the person that inspires that high school dropout to go back to school, to stand up here, to be speaking in front of her graduating class for a PhD? Are we those that flip our hand? Who knows, she might go to her ex-boyfriend's house who turns girls into tricks on corners. 6 minutes matter, and you don't know what side of the world you may end up on just because of those little ripples, those little 6 minutes. At the end of the day, our lives are the culmination of 6-minute moments and decisions we have made. So to the 2021 class, I just want to say thank you for participating in this whole journey with me. Thank you for hanging on and holding on. Thank you for committing to deciding to be change agents in education, because you don't know whose life you might impact. Seriously, you do not. And for understanding that every moment counts. And I hope I have not been a waste of your last 6 minutes. Thank you.
Go for it.
Keep this on? Dawn, we are forever preparing you to be faculty. Truly. And I'll tell you why. Because when they meant 6 minutes, they really planned for 10. So they say that's just what happens when you become faculty. You can't introduce yourself in 10 minutes when you're faculty. So just so you know, 6 really means 10. That's my advice to you. Go ahead.
Oh, all right. Hi there. I just wanted to say that you've been in a period of rushing and rushing and rushing and rushing and rushing, and you did it. And so take this moment to not rush and to revel, because it's not going to last very long. And then you get to start rushing and rushing and rushing again and doing fantastic things. So congratulations, everyone. And congratulations to the families, spouses, kids, parents, significant others, because you're going to be rushing and have been rushing too. Thanks.
I want to say seriously, we can come into moments like this, and a lot of time in COVID, people get up and they apologize for the circumstance we're in. I'm really sorry we're in this circumstance. I'm really sorry in this circumstance. I don't see it that way. This is as stripped down as it gets. Everyone, look around. This endeavor are talented students who've worked really hard and amazing faculty who've worked with them and put a lot of time and effort into them. And if we were in a big auditorium, there'd be thousands of people running around, and we might miss each other and might miss what this ultimately is stripped down to. Talented students and dedicated faculty working together to create something new, to develop something new, to go do something different and innovative. And if you stop and think about it, because I'm sitting over there thinking, yeah, it was the same thing for me. How much time and energy was put into developing these amazing faculty so that they could mentor you all to get you here. It is a lot of people power, and it's a lot of effort. And the reason, and there's very few of us, and the reason is because the hope is that from these small number of people, whether it's the faculty or the students, that you move on and do amazing things and have a giant ripple effect on the people and communities and places that you value and that you work with and that you move on from here. So congratulations, and thank you very much for the chance to get out of the house and put on a pair of pants. Thank you.
Okay, now we are calling names. So as we call the name of the student and the faculty member or members who will be hooding them, please come on up. So first, April Brittany Camping is going to be hooded by Karen Harris and Steve Graham.
How about that? Thank you.
Oh, okay. A brief word. Many people to thank, but I'll just shout out everyone watching at home. Mom, you're my hero. Grandma, Grandpa, and Grandma, and Dad. All my siblings, thank you for always being a constant source of motivation. This is way harder when you get up here. Yes, and I'd also like to just thank my committee and then my advisors, Karen and Steve. I can't thank you for all the opportunities you gave me and the support through a very rocky journey. Also watching is my Aunt Candy, my Uncle John, and Amy, and Elaine and Lauren probably, and thank you as well.
Don Demps, hooded by Keon McGuire.
Okay, so I already said a lot. But I want to say thank you to my kids again, to my mother, to my mom. Hi, mama. When she gets out, to my siblings, to my hometown of Flint, Michigan, who has supported me so much and continues to support me. I love and I miss you all. And to my committee, Dr. Bertrand, Dr. Stovall, Dr. McGuire, Dr. Sampson, Dr. Nakagawa, and all the other mentors that I've had that were not on my committee, but they were really awesome professors and that inspired me in multiple ways. And to all of you for being here. And if I forgot anyone, charge it to my head and not my heart. And thank you.
Hey, Jana Gobel is being hooded by Iveta Salova.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. I'm just so happy to be here. You should get an advisor who fixes your hair when she hoods you. It's amazing. But I just want to say thank you to my family and everyone who believed in me that I could do this. I'm the first in my family to do it, and it just feels like a dream that I'm here. I have to thank you, Veta. I didn't realize that you could be so loved and have such a great friend in your chair, and so I feel very fortunate. I feel really fortunate to have worked with Mirka and with Beth Blue Swadner on my committee. And I'm really excited to announce that I'll be staying here at ASU as an assistant professor of sustainability education next year. So happy to have found a home. And thanks to all my friends who supported me through this too. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Byung Gyu Gong, hooded by Iveta Silova.
Thank you so much, and especially for my wife, Yusen Han, and my son, Jason Seong. They just supported me to stay here for the last 4 years, but they have to temporarily back to South Korea because of the lockdown, COVID lockdown last year. So I just really separated from them for a year because of COVID-19, and I just understand every parents are really have to struggle in this pandemic year. So I just understand it's not just my own situation, but I'm just really happy and be proud of to finish my dissertation in this pandemic. So when I just started here as a doctoral student, there's a lot of changes going on in my home, South Korea and the United States. And I have imagined we have a COVID-19 in the middle of my doctoral study, but I just happy being survivor here. And I'm just starting my new journey in the Utah as a data scientist here. And I'm really thankful to my advisor, Iveta, especially for supporting me and giving a lot of emotional support for me, not only for me, for my entire family here moving to a new setting. And thank you so much.
All right, April Brown Holton, being hooded by Brian Henderson.
Well, can't believe I'm here, actually. I'm going to start crying. But first of all, thank you so much to Dr. Henderson for an amazing 4 years and providing some amazing experiences for me over these 4 years. Would not be possible without my husband, children, love you, Paul, Madeline, and Lucas, and being able to do this adventure without having to feel like I was leaving them somewhere or doing something, that they were always taking care of themselves and supported me through this whole adventure that I decided to take. And with that, I as well would like to really thank additional family and friends that no matter how much people thought it's a little crazy to do this at my point in my career, but supported me, encouraged me all along the way, and never once said I was crazy. So I really appreciate that. I'm looking forward to my next adventure, whatever that might be, but I know that each of my experiences in my life has lend something new, and I look forward to where that goes to next. So thank you all very much, and I did it.
Arij Muwasi, hooded by Ruth Wiley.
I'm very excited today. I would like to thank first my committee, especially Ruth, for all the support since my first day at ASU back to 2015. This journey was like amazing to me. It's like achieving a dream, especially coming overseas, traveling away from my family. And it was just amazing. Allow me to say a few words in Arabic because my family are watching now. مرحبا يما ويابا وخواتي وأخوي. شكرا على كل إشي. So yeah, I just say thank you to my family. I would like also to say thank you to my community. I traveled home 2 weeks ago. It was the first time I go since the pandemic, and I felt the love of my community and my family and how much they're very happy for this moment. So thank you so much, everyone.
Megan Troxel-Deeg, being chaired by, or hooded by Kathleen Barrett.
Hello to my friends, family, and colleagues in Indiana and Arizona and anywhere else you may be. First, I have to thank Dr. Kathleen Theron, Dr. Katie Bernstein, and Dr. Lindsay Moses for their tremendous support throughout this process. I could not have done this without you, and you are really more than a committee, you're friends, and I hope to in the future colleagues as well. It's been wonderful to work with you. My family who supported me, my parents, my step-parents, my grandparents, everybody that allowed me to kind of come out here and supported me along the way, my husband, my kiddos, Bryce and Melanie that joined me throughout the way, as well as my in-laws who have supported me and are watching. Melanie today, hi, so that I could be here. Not the journey I expected, but a journey well worth the while. And I cannot express the amount of gratitude I have for today and for all of you, especially Katie. Thank you.
Wendy Wakefield, hooded by Michelle Jordan.
Now I'm going to get all emotional. So thank you so much to my family who's watching and friends. I feel like I have a very large family, whether they're related to me or not, from the ASU community, especially my immediate family, my mom and dad, Lindsay, Lisa, Michael. Thank you so much for putting up with me over the last few years and being so supportive. And I'm especially grateful for Dr. Jordan and for Dr. Weinberg and Dr. Boveda, and who served as my committee, but I've gotten to work especially with Dr. Weinberg and Dr. Jordan, and they're just super amazing people who've taken really good care of me. And so I'm so thankful for that. I'm thankful for all of my ASU friends. It's been a great experience, and I'm so grateful for all of the support that I've gotten from everyone. Thank you.
Melissa Christine War, being hooded by Punya Mishra.
I get to be last, which is great. I'm just so grateful for everyone here. Everyone at ASU has been amazing. It's been such a great experience to have the support and the ability. I'm just so lucky to been able to come here and do this. For my advisor, Punya, and I wasn't sure about you first, but you turned out okay. So it all worked out. And Dr. Jordan, who's here on my committee, and Kate Anderson as well. And my parents who flew to Arizona so they could watch this from my apartment. I really appreciate that. And all my family all around in different states and my friends and classmates here. Thank you.
Dear new graduates, doctors, PhDs, blooming scholars, and potentially exhausted former doctoral students, it has been a challenging end to your doctoral studies, and the past year has been nothing but exceptional in so many ways. Yet we are here today, celebrate you. New page of your life is about to start, and the page is like to be very colorful and eventful. It may even turn to be a book with endless storylines and multi-layered plot. When I think back to my own doctoral studies, completing my PhD was one of the most transformational events in my life, alongside the birth of my 3 sons. PhD changed my thinking, practices, habits, my experiential life, professional career, and how do I behave while waiting at the cashier line in the grocery store. Instead of waiting impatiently, I now observe people and I notice the most mundane details about the life in the grocery store, doctor's office, school lounges. Then I take notes and I reflect. I live scholarship the most unexpected ways. Doctoral degree is an invitation. It's an open door. Where the door and invitation will lead you is still to be seen. This excitement about the different future is really accelerating. And yet it comes with the sense of responsibility and care. Doctoral degree is a permission to do more with your thinking, practices, educational opportunities, while caring about education, science, and scholarship, educational practice, teaching and learning, and most importantly, those who are underserved and in need. Transformative opportunities are in front of you and in your reach. That's amazing. I would like to also extend a special thank to your mentors and advisors who are here to celebrate with you. Thank you for your care, endless hours, exciting research project, reflective discussions, and all academic knowledge that you have passed to these blooming new scholars, especially during the extreme conditions of global pandemic. Without your excellent mentoring, we would not have an academia of the future. And I also want to thank all those people who cannot be here today, the family members, spouses, children, friends, and pets. Without your patient time and dinners and snacks and the gift of endless support, the road taken would potentially would have been rockier, longer, and maybe even feeling endless. Graduates and our new doctors, it has been a great pleasure to get to know you and work with you. ASU and Teachers College are very proud to include you now as part of our fresh alumni. I cannot wait to see where you travel next, what becomes possible, and how the world will become a better place because of you, your contributions and scholarship. Today we celebrate you and your amazing accomplishments. If there were ever a time to dare and wonder, to make a difference, to embark something important, caring, and responsible, and fun, it's now and tomorrow. Very warm congratulations to you all.
It is good to see everybody here now and absolutely in person. I am delighted to be with you today. I'm delighted to be with all of your families today who could not be here, but I know are here either watching or are here in spirit. So it has been a year since we have been able to learn and work together. And in this year of uncertainty and disruption, all of you have persevered. And it has been amazing. You have endured, you have adapted, you have done all the kinds of things that got you here today. So in this video that I did yesterday, I just want to tell you again, here now and in person, that all of us at the Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College are incredibly inspired by so much of what we have seen from you. What is different about this group is not only have you been going to school, you also have been all had a day job for the most part. And you've been really trying to make ends meet and to think about everything in this program and navigate everything with the pandemic. And we have seen grace, and we have seen grit, and we have seen empathy and generosity and selflessness. And through it all, we have seen you continue to serve learners and think about your role in the future of learning, even as you fought, I'm going to take my mask off, you fought your own battles, cared for your own families, and zigzagged your way through all kinds of unforeseen challenges. So congratulations on earning a doctoral degree. In addition to everything that you learned while earning that degree, I hope you can adopt and adapt the kinds of practices that not only continue to help you build your career, but also inhabit your life and grow fully into your own character. First, identify and acknowledge fundamental values, not just yours, but also the values of other individuals you interact with in communities, in your workplace, wherever life takes you. That you always remember that context matters, that there is no one size fits all solution in education. There is no silver bullet or a master rubric. And every learning environment is populated with individuals, and every individual has had its own unique life experiences. Engage with multiple and diverse perspectives. It's important to listen to the voices of those who you serve. Don't make assumptions and don't jump to solutions. Listen first. That is the surest route to true equity and inclusiveness. Develop the habits of an informed thinker. The world is changing quickly, and there is a lot of information out there. And being able to discern what is fact from fiction, what is truth from opinion, is very, very difficult today. But by all means, you have learned a lot about how to do that, how to look at research, how to know what is true. Catalyze it, demand it, and make sure you are guided by evidence and data, and that you are open to and flexible to thinking, emerging insights, including from those who are in untraditional and maybe unexpected quarters. Keep your head and your heart together. It's probably one big lesson that we have learned this year, is how to think about those two things simultaneously when so much has been driven by so much emotion. Don't fall into the false dichotomy between compassion and critical thinking, because neither truly exists without the other. So there it is. Identify values, respect context, engage in diverse perspectives, be an informed thinker, and keep your head and your heart together. Not much to ask, right? But there's one more thing. Have a purpose, a North Star. At our college, our purpose is guided by the belief that education should answer three imperatives. An equity imperative, we need to deliver excellence in education to all learners, regardless of any human characteristics that might lead to unfairness or discrimination in learning opportunities. We have an economic imperative because we need to prepare learners for the next economy and equip them for success in the workforce of the future. And we have a democratic imperative. Our democracy is precious, and we need to prepare learners to be caring, responsible citizens, capable of balancing individual ambition and the public good. I hope you recognize your North Star in any one or all of these imperatives. Every educator I've ever talked to got into education because they wanted to make a difference. And so here's your opportunity to make a positive difference in the life of our communities and individuals and society as a whole. So go out there, please make a difference of your presence, of your here, your now, your person. Congratulations, graduates. Ray Buss, going to say a few words. Okay. Yeah, I just have it up here because it was easier for me to see. But you can do whatever you want.
No, that's good. Well, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Okay, we're delighted that you're here today. And I better hold this back a little bit. Okay, is that better? Thank you. I want to ask those in the audience here and those at home who can virtually, let's give a round of applause to our graduates at this time. Well, as I mentioned, we're delighted to have you here on behalf of the faculty members and staff members of the ED program and Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College. I want to congratulate you on your great accomplishments and the attainment of your doctoral degree. Now, obtaining a doctoral degree, of course, constitutes an outstanding accomplishment. And notably, and I think importantly, you achieved this success, as the dean already mentioned, while you were working full time. And for that, you are to be commended. We know that it's a demanding program and one that we're very proud of because of the great successes that our graduates achieve, that you've achieved. Nevertheless, those achievements and those accomplishments weren't done on your own. What I'd like to do is to ask all the graduates and the faculty members and staff who are here to join me in a recognition of those and a thank you to the spouses, family members, partners, friends, and peers of today's graduates. Thank you for your support over time. And now we'd like to honor you with our applause. Now, throughout the program, the graduates, you've been challenged to develop new ways of thinking and new behaviors to support the program outcomes that we wanted you to move toward, including becoming a stronger leader, an innovator, a collaborator, and a researching professional. The 4 outcomes of the program. These challenges, of course, importantly, were complemented by faculty members and staff members who provided the appropriate levels of support at any particular time. I think there's an example of a graduate from a number of years ago who said to me one time, "You made us do things before we were ready." To which I responded, "Yes, but we always provided the just-in-time support to assist you." So this whole idea of scaffolding cycle 0, for example, right? We allowed you to get your toes wet in your research that semester before we threw you in the deep end of the pool the next semester. But on a more serious note, I think that you found and I think we provided support, and I hope we did. And I encourage you to also challenge those with whom you work and also support them as you move on beyond the dissertation phase. Now, very quickly, other programs talk about developing graduates as scholarly practitioners. In our program, we make a notable change and we ramp that up a little bit. We talk about scholarly and influential practitioners. And that distinction is a very important one. It's not just a matter of learning the research in your area. It's not just a matter of learning the skills to conduct research in your area. But in fact, in any applied program, what's important and what's most significant is how you use those skills afterward. Being a leader, being a collaborator, all of those kinds of skills are not something we do in isolation. And we particularly, I think, understand that in education, that in fact, we are always working for or with people to make the situation better. Whether it's working with grade 5 children to improve their math abilities or things like that, or any of a number of other kinds of things, such as developing entrepreneur skills in college students, or developing career seeking skills in college students. All of those are important, and I think illustrative of the fact that what we do in our program is applied work. Hence, the term researching professional becomes a very important one. By that, I mean being able to do research in your own educational setting, appropriate to your own educational setting, and in ways that you can collect and gather data, analyze it, interpret it, and use it to influence what's happening in your own setting. The dean mentioned context is an important matter, and certainly that's true, and you've understood that, come to understand that as part of the our program, which depends on an action research perspective. As I draw this to a close, I'd like to talk a little bit about the idea of we all have our stories to tell. There are stories about this program, some of which are probably not suitable for public disclosure to others. It was it's a struggle sometimes and difficult. Okay, probably more than once or twice the computer received a slam or so. All right, but we often focus on stories from the past, and what I want you to consider in the final moments here today, and as I speak, is what is your story going forward? What will you do? Commencement is there's two definitions. We usually think of commencement as this is a time of celebration, congratulations, because you've attained some degree or some kind of accomplishment. But there's a second definition that we rarely use, and we don't use it in our language anymore. They used to. Commencement is beginning. Okay, so you're now beginning the next story. What's your next story? How are you as a leader and a researching professional going to build a story of service to others? I think that's the one thought that I like to leave you with as my concluding thought today is, how are you going to develop your story? How are you going to support others and help others as part of that story? And in doing so, you will build a very fulfilling story for yourself. Again, thank you and congratulations to all of the graduates here today. Now, okay, thank you. Okay, we've reached that part of the ceremony where we'll now recognize the graduates. And as they come forward, they're going to hand me their card. I'm going to mispronounce their name. And then they'll be hooded. The first graduate today is Amy Collins Montalbano, and she'll be hooded by Dr. Henderson. Step over this. Sorry. This.
Oh, Amy, you want to say a few words? Sorry.
Okay. Everyone in here was hoping they weren't first. So I would like to thank my family, my parents, and my siblings for the support they provided. My husband, who has been extremely patient over the last 3.5 years, and the professors that I had in this program, especially my chair, Dr. Henderson. This program has made me a better researcher, a better teacher, and I think a better person. So thank you very much.
Helene Shapiro.
Okay, I'm Helene, and I want to credit my family. My family is my wonderful community, my fantastic husband, my children, Marianne and Jason, Lisa and Jason, Jason and Jamie, Alana, and my grandchildren, David, Ashton, Haley, and Julie, for their wonderful support, because I couldn't do it without them. And also I want to thank my fantastic advisor, Dr. Dana Henderson, and my fantastic professors. Thank you.
Andrea Fossum. Is being hooded by Dr. Sampson.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I want to thank my parents, first of all, for encouraging me through this journey. Dr. Sampson, Dr. Buss, other faculty, Dr. Hendrickson, who are here, my LSC, and our cohort in general. So thank you for such a wonderful experience and cultivating practitioners who are also researchers. Thank you.
James L. Disrude.
Good afternoon, everybody. Congratulations to everybody in the room. I just want to say, first of all, thanks to Arizona State and the College of Education for affording us this opportunity, all the faculty in this program, and the dissertation committee that I had with Dr. Sampson and Dr. Cornella and Dr. John. Special thanks to our cohort. Congratulations to everybody in the cohorts. I think beyond that, this feels like a fantastic accomplishment, but I feel like my greatest accomplishment in life is being able to be the father every day to my beautiful 7-year-old daughter, Amelia, who's watching, and my lovely wife of 13 years, Katie, who's watching, and all the other family, friends, and supporters, because we're all graduating together here today. So thank you, everybody.
Kelly Johnson Ramala.
Wow, I just kind of want to take a moment to just pause and just acknowledge this is a dream. It's a dream come true. So incredibly appreciative and grateful for Arizona State University, the Teachers College, for bringing such a great group of people together to learn, to figure out how we're going to advance our society in new and innovative ways. Made incredible friends, colleagues that I'm looking forward to the next step in our story together. And all of this would not have been possible without my family, my friends, colleagues, my chair, Dr. Sampson, our committee. Thank you all so much. It's amazing. I'm looking forward to what we have ahead of us together. Thank you.
Benjamin Scragg. Dr. Scruggs being hooded by Dr. Cindy Georges.
This feels like a dangerous prospect. I'm a fountain of gratitude for every educator I've ever had, every teacher I've ever had, for my cohort, for Dr. Georges, my chair, Dr. Hermans, Dr. Laroche, my committee members, Dean Basile, and the Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College, and the absolutely necessary critical work of education and thinking about the futures of learning. And I'm particularly grateful for my family, for my mom and dad, and my wife Marissa, and my daughter Eliza, and for all the folks who share in this chapter my journey. You're a critical factor, a big role in my success thus far, and I'm sure for whatever's next, you'll be there with me too. So thanks so much.
Courtney Spivak Smith.
I'll just start by thanking my job first at Arizona State University. The folks within Educational Outreach and Student Services who not only pushed me to do this program, but made it possible to do this program. So I thank all of my colleagues there, and then my cohort members here as well today, who I think have become closer than colleagues and probably close to family at this point. So thank you all for your support. And then also to my family, who is just the epitome of ACE and what they stand for. So my parents and siblings watching all over the country today. So thank you for your ongoing support. And then lastly, my husband, who would not have been possible to get through this program without his ongoing support, and is truly the example of the type of support that's needed to be successful in this stage. So thank you all and congratulations.
Jennifer Schulte.
So what's going through my mind right now is one of my cohort members who has become a really good friend saying, "You're nervous because you care." So yes, I'm nervous. Spur of the moment, you all know how I love to talk. Really though, thank you. Cliff Notes version, please read my dedication acknowledgements. But to the faculty, thank you very much. To my cohort who become amazing friends, thank you so very much for everything. Family, friends, see out and I get emotional. To my husband, Scott, love you. To the boys, Jared, Josh, love you guys too. Thank you.
Upan Yawan Bo Pintong.
Well, first, I'd like to congratulations to you all. I'm here, my husband like say, I'm a small boat in the big oceans. This small boat will not have successful because without all the support. I would like to thank you, my parents, my husband, my professor, specialist, Dr. Georges, and thank you, ASU Mary Lou Fulton Teacher College. Thank you very much. And thank you all my cohorts. So thank you.
Brittany Schroeder will be hooded by Dr. Carol Lucio.
It's Teacher Appreciation Week, and I work with the world's best educators. So I just like to thank all the teachers at Wood Elementary who've been on my side, cheering me on for the last 3 years. My teammates, Katie and Randy, for helping me anytime I needed you to cover something because I was rushing to class. And to my husband for being the world's best teacher and encouraging me along the way. Thank you.
Melissa Rudd.
I just want to thank my husband, who is manning the stream, for my friends and the rest of my family who couldn't be here today, and my family and my friends, my cohort, and my Gray Circle family who's watching, my favorite found family ever. So thank you. And to my chair, my committee, and my work peers. I couldn't have done it without the support of everybody. So thank you so much.
Kristen Mitchell Samuels.
All right, so like many of my peers, I'll cry if I go on too long. So I'll keep it brief. I definitely want to say thank you to my daughter, Charlotte, who's hopefully watching wherever the camera is. For, again, she has supported me throughout all of this and reminded me why all of this was important. She was my why for continuing on in this program, especially when it got really hard and the world went wild and I needed to persist. So thank you to her for her guidance and support and encouragement during some really dark hours. This is a rough trip, but thank you to her for all of her grace and support and all of this. So thank you, Charlotte.
Zuhaila Ornelas.
I'll keep it short as well. I'd like to thank Dean Bassell. Thank you so much for your guidance and support. I don't think I would have done it without her. Dean Aska, Dr. O'Connor, Dr. Buss, my cohort, and LSC, thank you so much for being so supportive. And of course, thank you to my family, my parents, my siblings, and of course, my students. You are my biggest inspiration, and si se puede. Thank you so much.
I'll have the distinct honor of putting the next graduates. First graduate is Jody Donner.
Well, I would like to thank my family first and foremost for taking on so many tasks when I couldn't during this program and through this whole process, and for providing me uninterrupted studying time, writing time, reading time, and just being the patient support that I needed. So Lee, Maddie, Bergen, I love you. Thank you so much. And to my dad, he always taught me that nothing's ever easy. And so I knew when I was going to start this, it would be a challenging program. And I want to say thanks, Dad and Mom, for instilling in me the work ethic that I have and staying committed and being dedicated to finishing this program.
Thanks to all of my cohort members who are here. I'm just so glad that we're sharing this together because it wouldn't be the same without all of you. So it's just been amazing, and I appreciate each and every one of you so much. Thanks to my colleagues, my friends, other family members, and my students, past and future, I hope. I'm excited for what's coming. So thanks very much for everyone.
Oh, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The next graduate is Lauren Dunning.
So I don't know how many of us read our emails closely. I don't know if I would have wanted to be in the room as much had I known there was a speech today. But that said, I am so grateful to be here with you all and sharing this moment and celebrating with family and everyone. So thank you.
Michael D. Stewart.
I wrote it down. Nobody can accomplish great things without having great people. Calling things for what they will be, not as they are. I'd like to thank my mother, the first Dr. Stewart in the house, my wife Kelly, who actually is the second Dr. Stewart in my house. Then she sent me a text to make sure they don't say Thank you for that. My son Augie, my daughter Avery, and all the in-laws and outlaws that I have used the last 3.5 years as an excuse not to attend certain events. So I was really doing a thing. So thank you.
Serena Christensen.
All right. Okay, you can hear me. Where's the camera? I don't know where am I looking. Just about. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, I'm the first person to ask. Congratulations, everybody. I just want to say that first. This is so surreal, but it also feels right too, to be here with all of you today. First of all, I want to thank my parents. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hi, Sarah. I know you're watching at home. Thank you for everything that you've done for me over the years. Big thank you to the cohort. I couldn't have done this without you. Thank you to my committee, Dr. Buss, Dr. Fong, Dr. Reardon, my dream team committee. Thanks to my coworkers. Some of you are watching. Hey, guys. And some of my students who are watching and couldn't watch, I wouldn't be here. I'd still be looking for students to do my research. So thank you, everybody. We did it. Thanks.
Robert Morse.
All right, crazy year, right? I'm telling you, this has been probably the most difficult 6 months of my life, other than, no, I think this is it. And also some of the most exciting months of my life, with the exception of my children's birth and my marriage. I am thankful for my wife, Jeanette, my boys, Matthew and Tyler. I hope that they see my perseverance and the work that went into this. I just want to thank my parents, my mom and dad. Dad, I didn't become a chef. I hope you're happy. Living the dream. My sisters who have just been pain in the butt most of my life. You know, makeup when I was a child and still pestering me, but supporting me. I love you all. And my friends and my family, my cohort has been amazing. And I'm just really excited for new beginnings. I appreciate my new colleagues I'm working with. I know they're watching, so thank you for that. So thank you all, I appreciate it.
Karen Guerrero, who will be hooded by Dr. Dawn Lamson.
Well, I wanted to thank my team, Don Lamson and Margarita and Aaron, for all of the support. Thanks to my mom, who I know is watching, and family and friends. Couldn't have done it without you. And then to John, Nick, and Luke. I did this for you guys. And I appreciate Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College for helping me reach this lifelong goal. Thank you.
Michelle Bernal Berg, who will be hooded by Dr. Jean Powers.
Okay, so I want to first of all thank ASU and Teach for America for allowing me to have the opportunity to study here at the Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College. And I'd also like to appreciate my committee, Dr. Eric Dupin, Margarita Pivovarova, and I can't express my thanks enough, Dr. Powers, for all of the support you've given me. It means so much. Thank you. Out there, I'd love to thank my Creighton family. They are such a huge support to me on a daily basis, and we work so hard to make a difference in the lives of kids. I'd love to thank my parents, Dan and Bev, for letting me have a sense of possibility rather than focusing on the barriers, and my brother Jason, who also works so hard to make a difference for children. Finally, and most importantly, I'd love to thank my wonderful husband, Chris, who encourages me in everything I do, and my wonderful children, Annabelle and Charlie. All of the work I do is to make this a better world for them and for all the children. Thank you.
Gina Delgado, who will be hooded by Professor Ying-Chi Chen.
I have been stuck inside for a year and I still am not used to these things. It's weird, the whole lip sweat thing. Someone once told me, ew, research. And I was like very offended. And actually, I think research is pretty cool because it's like storytelling, right? You get to, and with action research, it's like both worlds. I ended up liking statistics. Ew, you know? So I really want to thank all the faculty members, Dr. Chen, and my family, my dad, my mom, my grandparents. Oh, they're my support team like crazy. Jorge and Esperanza Perez. Hi. My aunt, she's also Gina Perez. And my sisters, everyone. There's a million of them. And I'm sure you guys all had a list too. And I want to thank you guys because I get to meet so many awesome people who either work here or work elsewhere. And it's just like a million different stories in one. So thank you. I was honored to be in this program.
Jennifer O'Brien.
Hi. Oh, I feel like everyone adjusted down. I'm adjusting up. How are you all doing today? Good. Thank you all for watching us and sitting through. We're almost done. One, I'd like to thank everyone I work with every single day. I have an amazing team who really supports me throughout this program and throughout work. My Nakur family, I know some of you are watching, so thank you. And then to the students I get to support and who trust me in being able to put support into them. And then lastly, my husband who loved and supported me throughout this program. So thank you all.
Catherine Laroche.
Wow, I am the last one. So I just want to thank my mom, my dad, my sister for all of their encouragement and support throughout this program. All of my staff throughout this program and beyond, they've always been super supportive and encouraging and understanding when I was super stressed at work. My roommate, Dr. Chandler Hilly, who helped me get through my stats portion of my research because that was very confusing. And then also my committee, so Dr. Chen and Dr. Herman and Dr. Staten, just wouldn't be able to get through it without you all. So thank you.
All right, we are getting to the end of our amazing and very celebratory different ceremony this year. And I'm going to be the last to send you off with some wishes and congratulations. Dear new graduates and doctors, blooming scholars, and potentially also exhausted former doctoral students. It has been a challenging end to your doctoral studies, and past year has been nothing but exceptional in so many ways. Yet we are here to celebrate all of you today. New page in your life. Actually, Ray, you could have written my speech and I could have written yours. New page is about to start, and hopefully that page is really colorful and eventful. It may even turn out to be an entire book with endless storylines and multi-layered plots. When I think back, these are the times when I think all of our faculty and mentors remember their own graduation. When I remember and kind of go back when I graduated, it was really one of the most transformative events in my life, alongside obviously the birth of my 3 fabulous boys. The doctorate really changed my thinking, practices, my habits, the way that I experience life, and obviously professional career in many ways. And it also did many funny things, like how I behave when I go to the grocery store. Instead of waiting potentially impatiently, now I'm observing people and noticing the most mundane things about life in the grocery store. or in the doctor's office or school lounge or wherever I am. And I take notes and I reflect on those things. And I notice that I live scholarship in so many unexpected ways, and it is so exciting. In some ways, the doctoral degree is an invitation. It's an open door. Where this door and invitation will take you, it's still to be seen. There is a lot of excitement about this different future, and it is accelerating. But there's also the sense of responsibility and care that comes with it. Doctoral degree is a permission to do more with your thinking, practices, educational opportunities, while caring about education, science and scholarship, educational practice, teaching, learning, and most importantly, those who are undeserved and in need. Transformative opportunities are in front of you and in your reach, so you just need to grab and go. I would like to also extend a special thanks to the mentors and advisors who are here to celebrate with you. Thank you for your care, endless hours and exciting research projects, reflective discussions, and all the academic knowledge that you have passed to these blooming scholars, especially during these extreme conditions of global pandemic. Without your excellent mentoring, we would not have the academia of the future that we have here today. In addition, I echo Ray's comments about thanking the family members and spouses and children, friends and pets of all of you. Without your patience, time, dinners and snacks and gift of endless support, the road that you have taken might have been rockier, longer, and feeling almost like endless path. But we are here now. And our new doctors, it has been a great pleasure to work with many of you and get to know you. ASU and Teachers College are very proud to include now you as our new fresh alumni. I cannot wait to see where you will travel next, what becomes possible, and how the world becomes a better place because of you and your work, your contributions, your teaching, and your scholarship. Today, we celebrate you and your amazing end of this journey. If there were ever a time to dare and wonder, time to make a difference, to embark something important, caring, and responsible, and fun, now it is time, and also tomorrow. So very warm congratulations to all of you.
Of course, I am here to embarrass myself as well at a graduation. I wanted to thank my husband because oh my God, I cannot believe I forgot him. So he was my rock. So thank you. And everyone, you made it. So thank you to everybody as well.
Thank you all. Congratulations. And we will see you in the atrium for a drink and a cookie.